Good morning, YouTube. 10 a.m., 10/20, 2020. Alright, I'm doing this again to put out a video. This needs to go far and wide for every Democratic, social ass, liberal, retarded SOB out there. Okay? For the ones that don't want to wake up. The ones that think they know what's going on. They do not. Alright. This video is from Saint Anon, okay? He does a video tutorial about another lady that's doing a breakdown interview with, my understanding, a Chinese party individual, the CCP, okay, that broke ranks and has 4 hard drives that breaks it all down. Who the Democratic Party for probably the last 25 or 30 years has been in bed with. Your vote did not fucking matter because these people has been running the chicken ranch in the background the whole fucking time. Forgive my language. I'm being a little bit I guess, upfront shock. Just to get you all to wake the fuck up. Okay? Trump's not going to lose. It's going to be a landslide. Okay? This evidence proves who's been involved, how they was involved. My understanding, it didn't say right up front, but it's looking like even though these hard drives, one of the hard drives is sex tapes, okay? All about the Democratic Party having sex with little children. And my understanding, there may even be, I don't think we'll ever get to see it, but what I'm gathering, reading between the lines, these people was having sex with children and then snuffing them out after they got done. Believe it or not, people, that's up to you. But I'm just letting you know what's going on. And when you go to vote, you better do a down ticket all the way on the Republican Party, even though I hate the thought of picking a fucking side of the coin, knowing even though some of the Republican Party is probably tied up into this. Okay. The leaders of Africa has done filed charges on Barack Obama, okay, for a bunch of stuff that hadn't come out yet, but they're warning the general public of it before they release all the evidence. Obama, Biden, Big Mike, all these SOBs, okay? And like I said, why would you need to clone a bunch of people knowing there's this much evidence that's going to put these people away, or there's going to be a whole lot of suicides or heart attacks coming? Because the CCP even sent Nancy Pelosi a copy and explained to her in detail that her party had to win at any means necessary, and foresaid when they did, they would still have to follow what the CCP was telling them to do. They didn't have a say-so because they were so corrupt and so compromised in what they was doing. They no longer had anything good for anybody in the United States. It was all about them and hiding their bullshit. Alright, I'm going to let y'all watch this. And please get this video out. Spread it far, wide. Twitter it. Do whatever y'all need to do. Send it to your liberal idiots. Send it to your liberal loved ones. Okay? Have them have an understanding that the Democratic Party is not for them. And it's a big sham and a lie. And the more they go forth in this bullshit, they're going to be caught up into bunches of things that they wished they never would have stuck their hand on, their ear in, their eyes out. I mean, anything that absorbs, okay, this retardism, they need to get over this and have an understanding that these people that they're patting on the back thinking they're gods, yeah, they're gonna be gods. They're gonna be dead gods here pretty soon. I don't know what I don't have the words. Okay, this just blew me away, and this come out the 18th. Okay, I'm just now hearing about this. I see why Twitter, Facebook, YouTube has been trying to take our channels away, take our information away. The bigger things are yet to come. We're talking 4 different hard drives. It even traces the money on who was paying who from the CCP to the Democratic Party. Oh, and your BLM, they're getting funded by the CCP also. And once the connections are made, the Antifa crap is being paid by the CCP. All you little mayors and governors out here that's running around upholding this Democratic bullshit stronghold, okay? If y'all not involved, you better open up your fucking floodgates and allow your cities and your states to start going forward. If not, you're going to be accessory to their fucking crimes. You fucking idiots. Smart. $100,000 rag hanging on your wall. You're retarded. My rag hangs on a roll in the bathroom. I use it daily. Y'all's blood clot that y'all got in y'all's head about your fucking education is retarded. You're following yourself over a cliff. There's a shadow in front of you. You keep following because you're listening. You're running right over a cliff with the rest of them. You better start opening up your cities. You better start telling the truth. Or the orchestration of the CCP, you got to understand this country rules the United States from their country. Trump knows it, the white hats know it, and now it's up for all of us to understand and know it. The black pill is being handed to us whether we want to swallow it or not.
Yeah, Walk Miles is who he was hanging with. So what was Steve Bannon doing meeting with Wan Krizan? See, here's the thing. I put this out in a video like a month or two ago. I was like, what is going on? Why did Steve Bannon secretly fly out to Beijing to meet with the most powerful Chinese Communist Party official? What was he doing there? Also, Steve Bannon, he was known to be hanging out with Epstein as well. So I'm highly suspect of Steve Bannon. I still am. Anybody that's hanging out with people like this, with sex tapes and Epstein, I don't trust, okay? Now, hopefully I've been wrong on Steve Bannon, and hopefully he was just there doing the right thing, but my heart doesn't tell me he was. The thing is, Steve Bannon was recently arrested and indicted for his part in the wall scam. I'm pretty sure I put that on my channel too, but you can look it up. With the Brian Coolidge, the wall, built the wall, and they did all that corrupt PayPal, GoFundMe accounts where they were scamming people out of like a lot of money. So I'm thinking that Steve Bannon was indicted and now he's come forth with the information that he knows, is my opinion. I'll leave the videos in the description box. You guys can decide. But let's get back to this. Biden's son. Please note that when I say Biden here, I mean Joe Biden's son.
Sorry for the audio coming from the computer and this whistleblower. And my understanding, this whistleblower was part of the CCP. This individual on the left of my screen is speaking. She hits pause. She reads when they interpret it. so everybody gets a clear and understanding what has been going on and this shit show and this fantasy that all of us has been living in hopefully will soon come to a damn end. We got a whole country against us from the inside of a party that we're supposed to trust.
That's right, Joe Biden.
拜登都是拜登之子签的一个秘密。
So apparently, Hunter Biden, or it could be Joe even, signed a secret deal.
里面
The prepayment is
预付款就签协议
$1 million just for signing the agreement.
给了100万，那就小费，后面给了1000万。
It's like a tip line. So basically, okay, so it's like a tip.
小费后面给了
Another $10 million was given to him after signing the agreement.
100万，牵涉4。
The whole deal is worth $4.5 billion.
They own the whole Democratic Party.
45亿美元啊，45亿美元。
$4.5 billion of benefit, he says.
的利益
And we wonder where they got their money.
就是亨特拜登啊。
This is Hunter Biden's involvement. Okay, so it's Hunter Biden that signed the secret deal. Okay?
这里面真的是要救新闻啊！我觉得我说到这个时候，
Because I really need some heartfelt talking about this is
我得
making him anxious. He needs to calm down a bit.
稳定一下。这个据说啊，
It is said that these 3 hard drives,
这个3个硬盘，一个硬盘啊，刚才说的
one hard drive is just as he had mentioned,
拜登的
contains sex videos of Hunter Biden. Okay?
黄色的视频，钱啊，
The money he took and the agreement. Okay, so that's on one drive. The sex. So, I mean, they've got all this stuff on Hunter Biden. He is now easily extorted, as Rudy Giuliani said today on one of his videos. I suggest you follow Rudy on this because this is a huge story. I'll be posting it on my channel too, but anyways.
这个啊，还有
And his
双休
sexual, and
就
his,
像陈峰一
and
样
his sexual abuse, just like Chen Fang and HNA.
啊，里面还涉及到
It also covers information regarding Pakistan. Oh my goodness, this is like so.
Kazakhstan.
This is probably I did a huge start on this, and there was a lot of sex trafficking done through migration out of Pakistan into China, through Ukraine, and of course from Pakistan through Ukraine and into China. I'll leave that that dig of mine in the description box too if anybody's interested in it.
Sorry. It's Kazakhstan. Just had to say it.
Seeing all
Saint
that stuff.
Anon. That's who you just heard.
就是哈萨克斯坦这个拜登，我说的是他
This is Biden. I'm talking about his son. I'm talking about Hunter Biden.
儿子啊，亨特拜登，乌克兰的天
His agreement with the Ukraine natural gas company. So clearly, this is a human trafficking agreement. Yeah. This morning, if I also put out that Cofer Black of the CIA is also on the Burisma Natural Gas Company. He was running all of those private security companies out of Iraq. He infiltrated Blackwater, and then Eric Prince had to sell it off, and then there was mergers, and Triple Canopy was involved in DynCorp, and this is huge. This is a major rabbit hole, and this is all connected to Hillary Clinton and the Obama administration. I'll just let you know in advance. I'll bring more information forward on this as we go.
气啊的相应的协议，这是一个。
So that's all on the first hard drive.
第二个呢，
The second hard drive contains other material. Okay. So let's get into this. Hard drive.
卖的钱以及相应的资料。
So the information in the second hard drive is about Z and Wang's overseas wealth. Okay, so these are the top leaders of the communist Chinese party, okay? And they operate out of Shanghai, China.
Now, did Trump cut some kind of deal with Xi? If so, what's going on there? See, this rabbit hole got many twists and turns. And I keep hearing Xi, Putin, Modi, and a bunch of others through the world has set up deals with Trump, okay? Not knowing what these deals are. Where is this leading us? And what kind of deal did Xi make with Trump to keep his ass out of prison? Or is he going to have to end up stepping down as the leader and allow a fair vote? My understanding, China has already signed an agreement to get rid of the CCP, and they have become a federalist, if I'm saying it right, country. But see, our fucking news, or MSM, will not tell you the fucking truth because they're part of all this. They're the ones help keeping all of this hid. But when you got stuff like this coming out, the hot wrought iron fucking poker brand is about ready to get rammed straight up their ass. And I'm going to love every bit of it. Okay? I'm a peaceful human being. I love God. I love people. But when it comes to dealing with them trafficking children and human beings and eating said human beings and children, whether y'all want to believe this or not, it will show itself. Okay?
Okay.
第二个硬盘。这两个硬盘
Second hard drives.
第一个硬盘将曾
Okay, so the first and the second hard drives are from Zhang, Zhang, and Ming's families.
更加出手，直接把它
They've directly delivered it to the U.S. Department of Justice. So, Barr has this. So does Rudy Giuliani.
Barr is a stumbling, he's a rock in the path of truth. Something still don't smell right to me with Barr. I don't care. Barr was hired to be a bulldog. This motherfuckers ain't showing me nothing no more than a half wore out fucking chihuahua, okay, that walks around peeing on everything. That's what he's showing me, okay? I don't know how y'all feel about him, okay? But that fat ass grin of his, and still this has been in their fucking hands for God knows how long, and it's still all of a sudden now. Why did they need fucking ammo? They could have done this 9 months ago. My understanding, 17 months, I think they've had this fucking evidence. How much more do you need? This, I mean, it's always about we the people. Do you understand that we the people is just a fucking phrase? Look at this. This is bullshit. Been me or you 4 days.
Let's keep going. That means Donald Trump has it too.
先交到司法部给美国司法部，并且
It is said that another copy has been sent to Nancy Pelosi.
This is funny.
还有一份据说给到了佩洛西，据说佩
Yeah.
佩洛西很多时候为什么给
We've talked about why they sent it to Nancy Pelosi.
佩洛西
There's not enough liquor in this world.
The purpose of that
佩洛西本来意图是，
is
意思就是说，
to show her that we have your materials. So in other words, they're showing her that they have information on Pelosi. I wonder what sort of compromising positions they have
The whole fucking party.
on those tapes and hard drives.
啊，我们有你，就是因为拜登嘛，
Because of Joe Biden.
是上次啊，
During the last Democratic National Convention,
民主党的大会里头，整个民
the whole Democratic Party has started a fight against the Chinese Communist Party.
I don't think they're going to
So
win.
they're fighting with their, yeah, thieves are fighting amongst each other. And there's a big fight going on. And they sent a copy to Pelosi to let her know that we're going to share your information if you don't comply.
No wonder they didn't come
And
back
that
to
is
the
called
house.
extortion.
Because they're still not
也要
there.
开始灭共了，大家口气很强硬了啊，
They are tough on this.
他们着急了，
When these
就是
CCP
我们一直支持你，就是
when these CCP cadres are getting anxious, then these CCP our padres are getting anxious. They've always been the supporters
一
behind
直支持你，
the Democrats. So there you go. They're the money behind the Democrats. If that's the case, that means they're the money behind Black Lives Matter too, because that's all being funneled
Through the DNC.
to Black Lives Matter through Act Blue. I mean, this is all public information.
说白了，之前已经跟你签了一个东西，是吧？然后呢，这边
Then, here's the message from the CPP that is that
意思就是说啊，你看你别
don't ever think that I don't have your secrets in our possession. So again, there's that extortion, right? We've got the goods on you, Nancy Pelosi. We've got the goods on you, and if you don't do what we say, we're going to expose you. This is extortion. This is blackmail. These are Jeffrey Epstein tactics. These are CIA tactics. Let's move on.
以为我们没你的东西啊，把东西给你，
To give you this hard
意思
drive
就是让
is to let you know that
别忘了，就后
don't forget we have your evidence of all your crimes. So yeah, they're saying it straight up. There's crimes. All your crimes, Nancy Pelosi.
我有你的罪证啊，你必须得赢。
So basically what the Chinese Communist Party is saying is you have to win this election.
去，必须得
First of all, you must win this election because remember, like Donald Trump is cutting them off. They want to take over the world. And Donald Trump has just become a major roadblock for the Communist Chinese Party.
Known as the Democratic Party.
就是你不管用什么，
You must do whatever it takes to win this election. So this is extortion right here. If you don't do what I say, I'm going to expose your crimes. And I'm going to put...
Now we know why the world seems so upside down, don't we?
都要赢这个大选，否则的话啊，
Otherwise you will be in trouble.
第二就是赢了以后，
Secondly, once you win,
你还得听，
you still have to follow the Communist Chinese Party's order. So here's the thing, right? These people are so messed up and so evil. They're all involved with pedophilia, child sex trafficking, sex...
Here again, I stress this because I am going to try to put this on Twitter. Okay, this tell me also if they box me in, or if they didn't box me in, they'll be yanking us down as fast as they can possibly do it. This is to all the idiots, okay? The governors, the mayors, the senators, the congressmen, every one of them that's got a state locked down right now over this bullshit COVID, okay? You might want to open up your fucking borders, because if not, you will be tied into this because you're part of that damn party. If you want to prove your innocence and you want to do the right thing, you better start opening it up and allowing the American people to be American people, because this is what is keeping y'all locked down. This threat of this is no longer a threat. We know, you dumb fucks. Okay? And if you do have any kind of intelligence with that $100,000 rag hanging on your fucking wall, you might want to use this thing that God gave us all, named common sense, because you're going down too.
Crimes, and they're all on tape doing it. If they weren't on tape, the Chinese Communist Party wouldn't have this sort of pull or leverage over them. So what are they doing? Let's see.
中共的，但是到司法部这里啊，
So those hard drives have reached the Department of Justice.
听拜登的，
Those who were pro-Biden took it under custody. Okay, so it was the pro-Biden people took it in the Department of Justice, and I guess maybe they've been hiding it. And Rudy Giuliani talked about that in his recording yesterday, that he didn't understand why the Department of Justice wasn't acting upon this information.
把它按下来了。但是
But
啊，据说啊，咱们
a fellow fighter of our whistleblowers movement got it.
革命的某位战友把它弄到了。这个
This is Yang Zhang and Meng's strategy. So it looks like a whistleblower got a hold of that information and forwarded it, looks like, to Rudy Giuliani.
是江真喜啊，江真梦，一箭双雕，一箭双雕。
Killing two birds with one stone. So, there you go, right?
我告诉大家，
I can tell
就是
you, for all these things,
这里面啊，很多
many people ask, why this is killing two birds with one stone? Well, basically, let me explain that. It's showing that the Justice Department is corrupt and they're hiding the information, is one stone. And two, they're getting it exposed because they gave it to the right guy, which is Rudy. Okay? And Rudy's going to make sure it gets to Donald Trump. Correct? So that's killing two birds with one stone.
Bye, Bar.
一箭双雕啊！我告诉大家，
I can tell you, for all these things,
就是这里面啊，很多人为什么
many people ask, why is this killing two birds with one
箭双雕
stone?？
这里面为什么？因为它有
It's because they have the second hard drive.
第二个硬盘是习王的
It contains
钱和
Xi
资料。
and Wang's wealth of information and other materials. So this is the money trail. It has President Xi's and Wang's. They're both communist Chinese party leaders, top leaders, information and other materials.
这一块
And all of their assets are located in the United States of America.
Imagine that shit.
Bang, you guys are in big trouble. Yep, that's on U.S. soil, and guess what?
Trump just
Under
took it.
executive order, the December 21st executive order, that money now belongs to America. You silly, silly, silly fuckers. Sorry, excuse my language. Evil bastards is what they are.
在美国的啊，在美国的所有的钱的布局，就是我们之前说过的那叫做什么？
This is what we mentioned earlier, remember?
记不记得？建筑艺术项目
Architect and art project, remember? Okay, so I guess so architecture, that would be like infrastructure. Art project, I'm not quite sure what that is, but architecture is infrastructure. So, I mean, I'm sure that's connected to U.S. aid, because that's what they do, is infrastructure. I'm sure it's connected to that money that runs through the U.S.
是不是？这个局呢，就是习
This is Z and Wang's plan.
王在做一个很大的
An
局，
extremely grand plan. So I'm assuming that they were going to buy up property, infrastructure projects, highways, all that to take over the U.S. Probably, and it goes on and on, right?
这个局很大，
A very big plan. This is
真的就是啊，
really,
远超过
it's beyond our imagination. So I'm sure that's why we've been seeing all of the U.S. troops, not the U.S., I'm sorry.
Here we go again. I stress this highly. to all y'all governors, all y'all mayors, all y'all foregone idiots that thought none of this was going to come out. You better start opening up, taking your mandates down and throwing them in the garbage cans and going ahead and get ready to have y'all's day in court. Because once this actually gets full blown and out there, okay, y'all are screwed. I'm not even going to do the whole video because it is right damn lengthy. Okay, the Saint Anon channel, okay? See this down here? To my mouse. This is just a foregone piece of this. And he also has the links to this lady that breaks this down piece by piece, explaining the whole plan. It's, like I said, for anybody that needed any kind of ammo, okay, to rattle off in front of your so-called leaders that y'all so solely uphold and fucking respect. Your leaders do not respect you. Your leaders give about as much care to you and yours as you stepping on a dog turd in a yard and having to scrape it off with a stick. I hate to use these words and these phrases, but this needs to go viral. This needs to be shown to every poor, brain dead, liberal, Democrat, or whatever they want to call themselves this week. They're saying they've got skin in this game and a fight in this game. Well, they might want to start having an understanding their skin does not apply to the Democratic Party because the Democratic Party has done flayed your ass and left you laying. You better have that understanding, because if you do not, and you think that you're going to get dead Joe Biden, no matter it, now I understand why his mental abilities is breaking down. Because remember who ended up with this first? All of Joe Biden's people. Okay? The insiders. The FBI needs to be shut the fuck down. The Justice Department needs to be shut the fuck down. Our military needs to take over these fucking offices, reconstruct them in a manner towards a benefit to you and I, not them. Because right now what they're trying to do is run around trying to cover up their shit stains that they done shit all over the United States. For anybody that has any kind of reckoning, for whoever gets this video, please forgive my face and forgive the way I look right now. Okay? But it ain't as bad off as I thought it was. And that's over here. Okay, I got a little poopy. Have an understanding that these people are not your friend. They are not a leader for the United States of America. Have this understanding. I'm 30-some minutes into this. I'm just checking. I'll probably go somewhere in the 50-minute mark. I'm going to let a little bit more of it play. I was going to cut it off here. But for whatever I can do, I'm going to download this and put it into a private file so I can hang on to it. Because of the way, now, y'all got to have an understanding. Jack Dorsey, Zuckerfuck, okay, and the idiot that runs YouTube. Being that y'all are bed buddies with the DNC, do you not also see where this could lead you all? Y'all might want to have a greater understanding here if you want to cover your ass. CYA. You might want to start turning over a few new leaves and in getting more of the information out to the people that really fucking matter. And that is us. We, the people. It's always about we, the fucking people. Okay? Now here's where it really matters. Here's where the rubber meets the road. And I stress this again to every mayor, congressman, senator, or anybody that wants to call themselves a fucking leader with Democrat tied to their fucking name, that's got these cities and these states shut down. You might want to get up off your fucking high horse because the truth and the evidence is here. It's knocking on your fucking door. Now, put your big boy pants on, your big girl pants on, and go and do the right thing. Because if not, do you not understand? The swamp will have you go down the drain with them. You're just another fucking face in the crowd, you bunch of idiots. I don't care how much money's involved. If anything, you might want to take a long extended vacation real fast and get the fuck out of this country. Because what's coming, y'all are not going to like. And it's all going to tie. This vicious bullshit ties together everywhere. All right, I'm going to flip y'all back around. It's pretty wild how the computer goes into this infinite mirror looking thing.
The Chinese troops along the Canadian border there, the Chinese ones, I'm sure there's some anxiousness going on now that their plan is foiled.
Hey Trudeau, we know.
Exposure thing. Anyways. The plan is to control not only the 1.4 billion Chinese people, but also the United Nations. Okay, now that's big. That's huge. And
they need to be run out of the fucking our country. Period.
Working for China because clearly they had information on all of the UN officials too, which means they're all dirty. It means they're all pedophiles. You know, all the top guys in the UN are probably pedophiles. That's why they're controlling. That's why they controlled the World Trade Organization.
The monkey circus has many strings.
An arm of the United Nations, and they were controlling the health organization.
And now we're seeing who the real master is.
Clearly,
that's running the strings.
Donald Trump in the U.S. trying to influence North America, right? The United States. And the U.S. president and any future presidents. From now on, for many years after. So they wanted control of the U.S. This was the plan. CPP wants to be the one in control of the world. This $4.5 billion agreement is reportedly, it involves Kazakhstan and Ukrainian natural gas. So that's Burisma. Now, we know that I did a huge thread on this with my dear friend Nova, Federalist number 78. We did a huge dig on Ukraine. We connected Hunter Biden to the DC Catholic Charities board. He sat on the presidential board of Catholic Charities in Washington D.C. and we know
this is your October surprise.
All of the DACA kids, all of the refugee children, foster care children, any children coming in, DACA kids, unaccompanied children. I mean, that's why they were splitting kids at the border to bring them in. But they were running kids through the Ukrainian embassy because it's not signed on to the UN Hague Agreement, so they can get away with things that.
So I'm just going to stop it there. I'm going to say this. So Policy Blades and Nova on numerous occasions have put out their information and threads going back to 2018, 2019 involving Hunter Biden. Okay? That's how far back these two individuals. Tell me what other Anons out there linked it, because there aren't any. Not that I saw. And I'm on the battlefield every day. Kudos to these two. Kudos. Nice job.
Countries can't get away with. So if they run them through the Ukraine embassy, then they're trafficking kids through the adoption agencies, the foster care program, DACA, blah 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 blah, and that takes you right back to the Timothy Holmseth, Wayan Kruger tapes. I've listened to all of these tapes. Here's a short 4-minute episode that I want you guys to listen to again, because this involved. So Wayan Kruger was actually a victim's advocate that climbed on board the Haley Cummings abduction. She was originally working with Kim Pasio and Hillary Clinton, and I guess they had some sort of a falling out because she contacted Tim Holmseth and he recorded all the information. And this all connected to Hillary Clinton. So here we've just connected Hillary Clinton to Biden to sex trafficking into the Ukrainian embassy in D.C. So let's listen to this really quickly.
Price on that, or that's just what happened?
Yeah, that's how they break it down. But that's illegal. All of it. Because number one, the baby has to be over 2 years old. It can't be under 2 and under. So what they did was they paid off the doctor to concoct a medical story stating that the child had to be moved to this other family, blah, 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 and that it would benefit the child and both families agree. And the doctor signs a note that the baby does need medical care and it wouldn't get any coverage wherever the child is living at that particular time. And when they go to Warsaw is the capital. So when they go to Warsaw, they can go anywhere from Warsaw to New York. They can go right back to Florida. They can go to any metropolitan city in America. They can go to any state, anywhere, basically. And you do not know.
I hope all of this is showing up.
You don't even know them.
2001, people. It goes back further than that for a lot of things, but
so once that baby's
it's sick.
out of the hand, and they're still doing the money thing right here
I was hearing rumors in between 92 and 94 maybe. I don't want to lie to nobody. I'd have to go look up documents and stuff to remember when I was there. Okay, this is stating Broward County, Florida, okay? I lived in that fucking county. I was in a homeless encampment behind the Salvation Army. Down the street was the city police station, Fort Lauderdale. Okay? And I was hearing rumors from the homeless about Key West and Key Largo and other places where individuals and their kids was disappearing and being thrown on ships. Okay, even back then. They was finding pieces and body parts of individuals in and around these close to the coastal areas, closer than the bigger cities. There's so many places in and around Florida to smuggle people and goods that it ain't funny. Because Florida's been a main hub for smuggling things ever since the pirates was around. The rum, the cigars, blah, 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 blah. I mean, it turned into a full-blown human trafficking because that was going on too in the pirate days. Okay. Then these politicians started getting involved and figuring out more ways to hide things because they had inside information to these big oil companies that had these big oil ships. Okay. It's like I tried to explain to people years ago. You didn't have hundreds of tons of illicit drugs coming into the United States from motherfuckers like me. It was people that had the ships and the opportunities to move large cargoes. But they always, here again, I just seen a new news story from Sandy fucking Ego. And me and my buddy James was watching it when we was down there. Okay? We seen things that didn't look right. We was watching once a month like fucking clockwork. Okay? This is how they keep the masses dumbed down and stupid. Okay? Well, the Border Patrol's doing their job. They just busted a big old drug shipment. It was a multi-truck shipment of drugs and guns, okay? Once a month, like fucking clockwork, like I said. Within a week of the month ending, somewhere in there, every fucking month. Me and James watched this one day. Then bust a Mexican fella, okay, coming into the United States, beautiful Kenworth truck. He was hauling a reefer unit. For anybody that don't know, that's a trailer that's able to freeze. It's got an air conditioner or a freezer built to it to where they can keep perishable items frozen. Okay. All of a sudden, me and James sitting there near the border, right there at Tijuana, watching this shit. They take the man out of his truck, they handcuff him, get close to their bullshit little fucking interrogation trailer, okay? And it's got bars on the windows on the outside. There's a guard sitting at the door, of course. They handcuffed the fucker, got him inside. Me and James kind of, in a way, where we could watch without being seen too much. And most of the time, we was pointed at each other or turning in a circle to where one was watching when the other one's talking, so we could always see what was going on. Within 30 minutes of them busting this guy, okay, this whole shipment of drugs, they pull his truck around. They unlock the truck from the trailer, run their little pretty sticker tape all over the fucking trailer, walk him back out of the trailer, put him back in the fucking truck, and he was going back across the fucking borders within an hour. 1 hour. But they busted all these drugs. And then we see within 2 hours, we see the trailer, okay, with the stickered up tape. We didn't get to follow it because it was in traffic. But the direction, my understanding they was heading in, was not to the evidence locker or compound. It was going straight to Drug Central in and around San Diego and being delivered to the drug kingpins, the attended people that it was supposed to go to in the first fucking place. Believe it or not, I don't care. I've seen it from my own damn eyes.
On 6/1, as soon as they bought the tickets and the rental car, and on 8/1/2001, they had the agency. From that moment on, who knows what happened to the baby? The babies. This woman's claiming that Kim has been doing this for quite some time.
These babies was fucking produce
So
for these
that's where
people.
Kim Picasio gets named. As being a baby broker, bringing in kids, through the Ukraine embassy into Florida. Okay?
And that Mike Fazio is the one that got the inside of it. And that's a major amount of money that helps them in the early.
Now, our business models for these big corporations are structured the same way as the DOJ, FBI, blah, 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 blah. Okay? This is why they can do things in the background that nobody pays no fucking attention to. Because they're so fucking big that everyday occurrences of things are so easily covered up because they are allowed to go in 1,000 fucking different directions at once. And we wonder why we got problems. The CIA needs to be disbanded. Been needing to be disbanded since Kennedy's assassination. Okay? The FBI is a fucking joke. The DOJ is turning into a big fucking joke. Wipe these organizations out, Mr. Trump. Put the military in charge of these things if you want these things fixed. Because this broken wheel, this flat tire on one side, is never going to get fucking fixed because they rinse and repeat every day the same shit. And it's been going on for many, many, many generations under our nose. We don't pay it no mind. We're out here because they done handed us a fantasy known as life that we got to keep up with. We got to pay our bills. We got to take care of our kids, maintenance our cars, get along with our neighbors, do anything and everything we could do as having a life. And we wonder why this is going on.
2000.
Has this woman reported this to the FBI?
Yeah.
She has?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Well, are they investigating it?
No.
Well, it was so long ago that because they didn't have the Hague back then, there wasn't anything that they could have done. There was no Hague Convention there.
Okay, so just so you know, I recently have checked into this. Ukraine still is not under. They still haven't signed on to it. So she said, because they weren't under Hague, they could get away with it. They're still getting away with it.
Yeah.
They're still getting away with it in Ukraine. And this is how many years. So this is back from. I think Timothy said to me that.
就是牵扯到哈萨克斯坦、乌克兰的天然气啊等等。
Oh yeah, and Cofer Black too. He's a CIA agent that ran. He's the one that infiltrated and took down Blackwater with Eric Prince. Okay, they were doing a bang up job down there, and then all of a sudden they started having problems as soon as Cofer Black came on, and he was head of the State Department too, and he sits today. He sits on the Burisma board as well, and he runs all of the. He was. Since then, there's been mergers, and I can show this later. I have all of the sauce on this. There's been mergers.
Okay. Let me turn this whole camera around again real fast. (10:54 a.m.) This is 53 minutes in. 10/20/2020. Please, for anybody that sees this, get this out. If this red pill ain't big enough for your liberal, democratic, idiot friends, nothing will be. Human trafficking, child trafficking, infant trafficking, okay? Body parts, blood drinking, okay? That black pill is going to eventually come up too. And I don't care, y'all can believe it or not. How can people be this evil? Sorry. There's way more evil shit around you than you could ever imagine. Every one of these people that we have trusted for generations, one form, fashion, or another, they have been screwing us, leading us to believe that they're on the path of least resistance, the path of the truth, the path of enlightenment. The whole time they've kept it camouflaged from you, me, and everybody else. So don't feel special or burnt that somebody has screwed you. It ain't just you. You got to get over that you shit, because that was indoctrinated into you too. Us being the fucking human race of the world, it's about us. And you know, like I said, y'all noticed how the bad side and the good side uses we the people, that term. And like I said, the people that don't want to believe that we've been living under two constitutions, that's up to y'all. The proof's there, okay? It ain't up to me or nobody else, okay, to lead y'all down that path that y'all not willing to step out on once you actually learn the truth. But I'm telling you now, the red pill kicks the black pill in, and it's coming, okay? For the people that don't want to believe this is going on, they said there's a sucker born every minute. Do y'all want to feel like that y'all been suckered? You're not special. Everybody got fucked. Everybody's been getting screwed. Forgive my language, but I'm going to stop it here. And I'm going to try to get this video up and out. And peace to all of y'all. Like I said, there's been charges in Africa come up on Barry, y'all's God, for the ones out there that thinks the little fag motherfucker won't do nothing wrong. He was involved too. He was part of all this bullshit too. One way or another, he was. And it's girlfriend / boy, okay, Michael, okay, Big Mike. And here you go again for all of y'all people that wants to say that, oh, everything's okay, everything's been straightened out. Here again, this is a smack in your face on your cloning theory, okay? Because if there was clones, this should have come out a long time ago. Because then there wouldn't be nobody to be held responsible for it, would they? Yes, cloning is a fact. Cloning is doable, okay? But everybody's running around trying to claim that everybody's been replaced. Bullshit. If so, these people wouldn't be putting these kind of things out now. Peace to all of y'all. And like I said, you idiots that's running these democratic cities and states and keeping people pinned up and locked up in that fucking diaper on their face over fear. I can only hope justice comes to y'all swiftly and maybe even softly. But I got this weird feeling justice, when it's handed to y'all, hopefully there's a bunch of the fearful people that's been wearing this diaper is standing outside the courthouse or wherever with a big stick trying their best to whack you in the back of the fucking head.